Well, I have the microphone. It's been a wonderful week in New York City. Many and varied activities. Also, we had 3 different events over on the New Jersey side. We had young environmental activists on the boat with us, pointing out ongoing problems with toxic, military-related toxics in the river still, including dioxin from the Agent Orange factory there. It was creating Agent Orange to be dropped on the Vietnamese. That stuff is still poisoning the river over here in New Jersey. So, but what was particularly special was our meeting this week at the United Nations. Mexico's UN mission invited other missions to meet with us, and we met with about a dozen UN missions, and they included New Zealand and Austria and Vietnam and Cuba and Costa Rica and South Africa and Malaysia and several other countries. And we showed them the 10-minute version of this film. They really loved it. And kept on referring back to it, actually, telling what they liked most about it. And they said, usually they're involved with state-to-state meetings, which means, meeting with Blinken and friends. And they said it was such a relief, such a breath of fresh air to meet citizen activists. We had a really great conversation. They're all signatories to the nuclear ban treaty, and we had a really good discussion about what can we do to move this forward, and how do we stay in touch, and how can we help one another. And of course, the state of Mexico and Anthony facilitated this invitation from the Mexican mission, and I think because Mexico is going to be hosting the second states party meeting states party to the treaty. They had a meeting in Vienna, I believe, last year or so, in June. Mexico is actually going to host the meeting in New York City, so that's going to be a great opportunity for people. And after that meeting, we went over, and we had been invited by the UN ambassador from the Marshall Islands, and had a wonderful visit for her for about 2 hours, in her little office, which is furnished like a living room, so there's several couches and just very kind of informal, very comfortable. We had a really good, frank discussion with her, and learned more about the ongoing problems in the Marshall Islands. And a couple of things really stuck out to me and pissed me off, really. And one was that even after this, they still have this really high cancer rate. A lot of thyroid cancer and other cancers. And there's no chemotherapy available in the Marshall Islands. So the health care that's available there, and that our government could easily, aside from giving compensation, to go out extra mile to make sure they had the first-class medical care there, that's not happening. And there's such poverty there that many of the young people are vulnerable to the U.S. military recruiters, and quite a few of them join the U.S. military. So then they go back to the Marshall Islands. It's kind of a bleak situation. And they have their health issues, many of them directly related to their service in the military. And guess what? There's no VA clinic available in the Marshall Islands. So, a number of us from Veterans for Peace were in that meeting, including our president, Susan Schnall, and we are going to take that up, because we have one of our committees is called the Save Our VA Committee. It does a lot of good work and to make people aware of the efforts to privatize the Veterans Administration, which is basically the VA healthcare it's socialized medicine. That's why they want to get rid of it. So they're busy chipping away at that right now. But I'm sure that our Save Our VA Committee and